Hello, welcome to a Sunday stroll. I'm risking it for a biscuit. We're supposed to have rain today, but so far it's alright. It's quite windy though. So yeah, looking at the clouds up there. Of course it was actually quite fine and sunny while I was getting ready, and then I step out the door and the clouds appear. And I've not bought my umbrella because it'd be absolutely pointless. There's a bit of a breeze. It's not too bad at the moment. Weirdly enough, it's not as bad as it was on Friday. So, but I said I'd try and get a video out this weekend, weather permitting, so here I am. I was going to see if I could do one yesterday, but it wasn't possible. I was dog sitting yesterday, and my sister's doggo. So that was fun. I love dogs. Grew up around dogs. Sadly, our last dog sort of passed away. God, how long ago now? A few years. I was very gut wrenching, and not had one since. So yeah, do love them. There's a definite chill in the air. That's for certain. Nowhere near as bad as what's happening over in America with this 2,000-mile wide. Is it an ice storm of some description? It's a big old storm. At any rate, it's not good. I'm hoping everybody over there is taking care of themselves. Hope they're all okay. I saw that on the weather reports, and it's just like, dear God. I mean, there's no real escape from something like that, is there? It's that big as it moves across the country. Anyway, yeah. We don't get much like that here, thankfully. We get snow. Can be fun, but stuff like that, no. I was watching an American news lady describing the process. You know, like falls of snow, heats up into rain, and before it hits the ground, it freezes. So it's like a weird phenomena. So it's like ice rain, and that's what causes the problems. I guess when that thing hits power lines and, you know, it's freezing onto them, and the weight of them bringing down power lines, cutting off electricity supplies, and the impact it has on houses as well because of the weight. I mean, with snow, it's easy to shovel off or to brush off roofs and stuff. But ice, that's a whole different prospect. So, yeah. Anybody watching this from the US that's affected by it all, you take care. You know, you'll look out for yourselves and take care. But anyway, oh yeah, I mean, I feel a bit cold right now, but boy, it's nothing compared to what's going on. Anyway, there we are. I think, yeah, oh, yeah, them clouds look pretty grim, don't they? Anyway, I'll see you in a bit in the park or wherever we end up. I'll see you there. Well, looks like they're going to be playing a game of football on here today. And of course, because it's a Sunday stroll, the clouds are moving in. You know, I think I will get to do one of these one Sunday and it not rain. I actually don't understand how it works. But yeah, look at that. Football game. Only on the one pitch, mind. But it's a rarity. Still nothing happening on the junior pitch, and there's nothing on the adjacent pitch, so it's just going to be one. I wonder if it's just one team, one game. Still not as much as it used to be, but at least there's a game on here today. That's something. A few seagulls. Oh, that's something. We're not going to be stopping here, I don't think. Today I'll go round, but I think once the football kicks off, I'll probably move somewhere else. So it's going to be a case of which hits first, the rain or the football. I don't know. I think I might just push on. The thing is, it never ends up as long a video or as long a walk. But then Sunday strolls don't tend to be anyway, to be honest. So, last week, it was a bit broken up last week because I had that hospital appointment on the Tuesday. That's why I was thinking of trying to come out yesterday to make up the missing day. But I mean, I did a little bit of a walk anyway, so from that side of things, I didn't miss out. It was literally just not doing the video, but that's okay. Right, yeah, they're coming out already with the football, so what we'll do, we'll just head back. I reckon they're probably going to kick off probably around maybe 10:30. So I'll move on up. I'll get going, and yeah, we'll just go to the gardens than we normally get to. I'm hoping, like, so as we get into spring, I can go to the big nature reserve. So call it a water park, but it isn't really. It's a massive nature reserve. With quite a famous river that runs through it. But we'll save that for the day that I get there. So yeah, I'll do that. And as I said, I want to wait for the weather to improve before doing that. We'll see. But in the meantime, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Because like I say, it's a nature reserve and it gets quite wet because there's a river that flows through the heart of it. So, but yeah, we'll do that when the weather perks up a bit. Hopefully in spring. It's not too far away. I hope. I hope spring's not too far away. End of Jan. It's going to be March. Maybe about 6 weeks. So, yeah. I'd say about 6 weeks. And then we should be okay. So, yeah. We'll how is that? Oh, I've never noticed that building before. Anyway, I will hit pause on this and then I will see you all in the gardens. Alrighty, here we are. I was just looking at the notice board for this place, and in the winter they shut and lock this place at 4:30, and then in the summer or spring, they keep it open until 7:30. So that's interesting. I thought they might, but it shows that they do have the facilities to shut this place down if they need to, with, you know, if they have any kind of major weather concerns in terms of preserving this. I suspect that this is going to either remain here till late spring, summer, and because I'm always wrong about everything, that will probably now go next week, because that's what happens. I always make sort of like completely unfounded predictions on things, you know, not based on any knowledge, because I don't have a clue. And then they'll come back and it'll be like the opposite's happened, and I'm like, oh, wonderful, thanks for that. So apparently this stone circle thing here references a so-called hidden maze. So yeah, there you go. A supposed hidden maze that was in here. And it's funny, when I was a kid, this place that we did call it that, we used to call it the maze. Well, there isn't really one. I mean, I suppose there is, but I mean, honestly, I mean, I suppose it would be a lot different in summer when you've got all of the sort of hedgerows and all of these shrubs and all of this all fully in bloom. I can't wait to see that, actually. Can't wait to come out and film that. Because at the moment you can see through everything, so it doesn't exactly feel like a maze. There's a couple of squirrels at 12 o'clock. See, I don't get this. They've cordoned off. I keep saying cordoned off. I don't think that's the right phrase. They've blocked off. I think a cordon is like something that's circular. I don't know. I might be talking absolute shite. It won't be the first time. But they've blocked off this bit. But if you look straight ahead, they haven't. I could walk down here. But that grass up there, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. Let me see if I can... Come on. My damn fingers are that cold. The camera's not registering. Here we go. So I don't know if you can see, just down there it looks very muddy, and here, oh, I can't get it back, there we go. Here it looks a little bit muddy as well where I'm stood, but they haven't blocked this off, so I'm not going to walk on it anyway, but it just seems a little bit weird why they haven't sort of blocked. I mean, I did say last time you wouldn't be able to get through, but actually if you blocked here and then a bit further down you would. So there you go. How do you like them apples? But yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what this place looks like in bloom, as they say. At the moment it's still pretty much the height of winter around these parts. This ground's quite muddy. As it's a bit sheltered here, it means it doesn't really dry off too easily. But yeah, just thought I'd gibbet around here a little bit, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if the times change again in summer. I know the clocks change in spring, but they don't change by 3 hours. I wonder if it keys off when it starts to go dark, because obviously it's still very much daylight in summer at 7:30. It's still bright. I thought we'll go around again here. So I wonder if they change it again. I want to know what that is. There's no markings on it, and there's no markings on that. I want to know what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octagon, isn't it? I think I called it a hexagon last week. It's an octagon. 8 sides to it. I wonder what it means. What does it all mean? Yeah, this place is going to be stunning. You get all the trees will be out as well. I'm looking forward to sort of logging it in spring as we go. It should be marvellous. You can hear a dog in here. Yeah, my sister's dog. She's called Frankie. She's awesome. She's a chocolate lab. So she's mad as a box of frogs, but she's great. It was one of them where, you know, like, I'd have kept her if I could. But yeah, with all of the stuff that's gone on with me health-wise, in the past few years, it's just not been possible for me to get another dog at that time, because, well, I mean, somebody would have had to have been looking after the dog. I mean, I was in hospital just over a year ago now for the best part of 5 months. So, you know, it wouldn't have been fair. And you know, because these health issues come and go, you become at the mercy of them. So you have to think a bit responsibly, not selfishly. That can be a real bind sometimes. Because I grew up with dogs. I always had a dog. When I was born, there was a dog in the house. All through my childhood, growing up, and say right up until I think it was about 5 years ago, when my last dog, she passed away, and that was a tough one. They all were tough, but yeah, that was a tough one. That was a real tough one. That tree looks really sorry for itself, doesn't it? I still can't help but feel that somebody came in here in and around Christmas, and mind you, that said, I can't see any breakages, but I think they might have defoliated it somewhat. Is that a word? Because that really does look sorry for itself. There's a similar one there that looks a lot healthier. So I don't know what's going on with that one. But there are those. See, I've come out now on the other side, right into the midst of that mud, haven't I? You can actually see. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. You can see like the like a trellis or something underneath that's beginning to show through. I'm not going to walk over all that. Go back in here and sniffle my way around this pathway. That's going to be the other thing I'm going to look forward to in the summer. I mean, I don't get hay fever or anything like that. His bloody nose is not running every time I step out the front door because of it being, very sort of crisp and cold in the air. Ever since I was a kid, my sinuses just don't like the cold. I do. Yeah, well, I used to, until I lost about half my body weight and started to feel the cold. But let's go through the theatre, the lawn theatre, as it's referred to. It's funny, there was, looking on the notice board, there's absolutely no information with regards to anything being performed in this lawn theatre. I mean, they wouldn't be in winter, but you think they would be notifying you of events coming up in, the late spring and throughout the summer. Maybe that'll come later. Let's bugger off this way. Well, yeah, it's a lot of evergreens. We've got a holly tree like that in our garden. That holly tree is like that one in our garden, and it started out the size of this one. It's enormous. Now go back. Go check around here. It's like ever since that guy was here, I don't know if you saw it in one of the earlier videos, and it really was like sub Antarctic temperatures, and there was a dude sat on here like smoking a vape, and I was literally freezing to death walking around, and I was like, I remember coming back around and just making sure he'd actually got up and moved, because I was convinced I was dealing with a scene from The Shining, where Jack Nicholson in the end is frozen to death on that bench in the maze. I thought, oh God. But no, he was alive. Either that or he was, one of the what's-its out of Game of Thrones, one of the White Walkers. But it'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it, a White Walker smoking a vape? Maybe the vape was keeping them warm, I don't know. I wouldn't have been sat down. First of all, your ass would get frozen to that thing, because your ass would definitely get frozen to that. And I would probably freeze to death. And that's not on my bingo card for 2026. And I think as we're sort of coming to the back end of winter, I might have successfully avoided that, and that'd be nice. But you never know, because the weather over here can be quite unpredictable. Just having a look at what that said. Oh, what are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, some really random things going on. So, yeah. Let's get over here. Get over here. Oh, well, the rain is rather nicely held off. That's obviously means it's now going to rain like a complete maniac on me, but so far it's held off. It's actually brightened up a little bit over there. Isn't that nice? Need to sort that bench out. It's a bit mossy. This is kind of weird, this bit, because they're literally to the right. There are people's houses. I always found it when I went to New York back in the mid-90s, went into Central Park, and I always found it so strange to hang on, somebody's gonna kid is gonna run through here and have that stuck in their eyeball. There we go. Yeah, in Central Park you've got this huge, like, wonderful nature park in the midst of like this huge city. So spring is definitely on its way, because you can see these shoots. It sure as hell doesn't feel like it weather-wise, but looks like we're getting some growth. You see all that. I'm no botanist. Are they snowdrops? Yeah. And anyway, yeah, it seems to be a lot of green shoots popping up, which is nice. Let's go around here. I'll sort of approach this archway from this direction. But yeah, I like this. Of course, you've got the usual Muppets that have to write the name on things. I guess it's so when they're walking through, they can be reminded of what the name is. It's rather hilarious to me just how dumb these people can be. Bloody hand over here. We've probably got a similar thing going on here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we already covered that, didn't we? Oh, apparently if you sit on that seat you'll get a nasty disease. But then if the people could actually spell it, it would probably be even more amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah. I do like this bit. I guess this is the, what do they call it, the Japanese garden? Looks it. Needs a little wooden bridge with some water flowing though. There's a serious lack of a water feature. Because there was this in Mr. Miyagi's Japanese garden. He had a water feature. How am I supposed to train in Miyagi-Do, for my balance purposes, without a walk feature. There's just no thought given to that in the design. So that's an epic fail. I'm going to have to practice Cobra Kai instead, which would probably just involve punching and kicking a tree. Tell the tree to show no mercy. Always made me laugh that in those sort of 80s martial art movies. It was Kickboxer, wasn't it? Where Van Damme, was it Kickboxer? Yeah, Bloodsport was the, oh God, I'm forgetting which way round it was now. Wasn't it Bloodsport, where he was that fella, Dukes? Was that Bloodsport? Was that Kickboxer? What was the one where he gets trained by that guy, and he's kicking the tree, like bloody in his shins, like practically breaking his leg, kicking the tree with his shins? I think that was Kickboxer, wasn't it? Yeah. That's the one where his brother gets his back broken by that dude Tong Po. Because Bloodsport is supposed to, that was the Kumite. Frank Dukes, that was it. He was supposed to be playing that dude in that, which was sort of sold at the time as being real. Although there was very serious question marks over the validity of that claim. And then you had Kickboxer. I mean, you look at them now, and people say, they're cheesy and crap. They were fun. They made you feel good, He started out and he trains, and then he beats the ever-loving shit out of Tong Po, who paralysed his brother. And in Bloodsport, that's when he's fighting Bolo, isn't he? God, that guy's shredded, or was. I don't know if he's still with us, and if he is, is he still absolutely shredded? But yeah, they were great fun. Miss them movies. Too serious these days. It's like, it used to be like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes max. And it was just, fun entertainment. These days they'd make it for 3 hours and they'd try and fill it out with some pointless story, and it just won't work. Time-wise. Alright. That becomes a sort of... That's the issue with a lot of the films today. They're too long. A lot of the movies back in that era were, an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. And a lot was because the cinemas back then, they wanted to show as many movies as they possibly could. So if you started to make epic 3-hour-long movies, they couldn't show it as many times in the day. And consequently, therefore, the cinemaplexes, they didn't get to show as many films. But these days, that's not the issue. Because when you got the multiplexes, they can multi-screen jobbies, and they do, cover all that. It's not bigger an issue now. And I mean, these days, just getting people to the cinema seems to be a challenge, doesn't it? But yeah, they were a lot of fun, those films. I miss that era. I miss it. Yeah. Here we are at the end of our walk. We've still not taken the damn Christmas baubles down, and we're into the last week of January. This is a disgrace. It should have been down a couple of 3 weeks ago now. No later than January the 6th, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so as usual, weirdo weather permitting, because that's what we're always at the mercy of here, aren't we? I will be back with a walkie-talkie tomorrow. We'll get this up to date, and I'll probably try and get a Doom video uploaded today as well. It's the thing here, the video never really is long, but that's just the nature of this. But anyway, we're pretty much done. There's the owl. Oh, you can't see it. So there's nothing more left than to just, I guess, thank you all for watching. And have a good rest of the weekend. And then have a marvellous week next week. And I will do my best to make more videos. And yeah, it's not a very long one. It's not the shortest one. As I say, Sunday strolls don't tend to lend themselves to being long, because I'm not talking about any kind of subjects in particular. You know, I'm just sort of rambling on a bit. So anyway, we'll call it there. And I'll catch you all later. So thanks for watching.